My name is Davin Lescohier. I'm a lifelong Fort Atkinson resident. I'm a proud graduate of our local school district and the University of Wisconsin. I'm the current City Council president right now. I was appointed in 2023 to fill a vacancy and then ran for election in 2024 to get it back on its normal 2-year cycle. I've served on the council prior to that at 5 terms, beginning in 2009. I've been a member, a citizen appointee to the Plan Commission for 4 years, and it's been an honor of one of the great honors of my lifetime to serve on this council. I enjoy this community so much. I care deeply about it. I love representing the community in the council chambers and working with really talented city staff and my fellow council members, being an ambassador for our municipal operations. I look forward to doing it again. So I've served 6 terms on the council, and in that time, I've had a chance to serve on almost all of the committees of the city, and been involved in so many of the things that the city council is responsible for: municipal budgeting, capital planning, policy making, goal setting, collective bargaining. They are. I've been involved with those for 12 years, and I think that experience can benefit us going forward. And prior to in a past job, I worked in the state capitol for a few years for a legislator. So I have a background in government. Have covered city governments as a newspaper reporter, and sort of really liked the process of seeing how a community of our size comes together, operates, how we budget for it, how we plan for the future. So I think the experiences of having been in the council, having worked in a government office, has kind of lent itself well to representing our community in the council chambers. One of the biggest challenges we have is making sure that we have the revenues to meet our expenditures. It is a challenging fiscal environment for communities, and we've done quite well operating how we have in a difficult environment with some tax levy limits that prohibit how much we can go to the taxpayers and ask for. That is that is a challenge for us, an ongoing one. That we have managed to work our way through. We have a housing shortage in Fort Atkinson right now. I think that we're working to address that through the Ridgeview Estates subdivision, the Banker Road development there that will add significant amount of housing opportunities, single family townhomes, apartment buildings. Those are going to be that will be a huge help bringing people to our community, but also alleviating some of the pressure of there just isn't that big of available houses, affordable houses for all levels, bigger houses for those who want to upsize, smaller for those who want to downsize. I think that's going to be a great thing for our city. Third challenge, I guess right now we're trying to fill our Director of Public Works. We have a vacancy in that one. It's a really vital position for the city. We've got applications are in. We're going to start the interviewing process, and hopefully we can get that filled quickly, because it's a very important position for our operations. Well, first and foremost, I guess it will be the housing opportunities. So we need to grow that. We need to grow the number of available housing available to our community, and we're going to do that in part. Will help with an affordable housing initiative. So we are taking some of the tax increment from an expected closing of one of our tax increment districts, and create this year affordable housing fund, and we need to work out the details of that. We budgeted for it. Now we need to work out the details and see how we can assist people in both purchasing their new home, developers coming in to develop apartment units. And even we've talked about it. It'll be part. Some of that will include opportunities for people in existing houses to do some upgrades to um, their existing house. The I think there's one thing too that like we'll continue to work on, and that is employee retention. You know, we have a really strong municipal workforce in Fort Atkinson, and we want to make sure that we are remaining competitive and can keep the people that we have here. We're planning a classification and compensation study in the coming year that will give us the data to help drive um, decisions going forward of how we make sure that we remain competitive in the marketplace. Um, oh, there's so many things that we have to do. I think, you know, there's contract related things that are coming up that we need to focus on. We need a 10-year contract for fire and EMS protections for the surrounding townships that we provide the service to. We'll have new police and fire and EMS union contracts to negotiate in the coming year. And so no shortage of things for us to be working on. I think, you know, we are sort of a mini system of checks and balances. We have department heads who bring initiatives forward to the city manager, to bring it to the council. They know that we're going to ask questions. They know that that they need to bring well thought out, detailed plans for us moving forward, and we're finding that's the case. And so so our role is to govern, to approve the spending plans, to create new ordinances, to enforce you know what we have on the books, but to make sure that we are doing it in a responsible way that you know responsibly grows our community, and then is also mindful of the impact on the tax base. I think it's a major focus on improving the housing options we have, you know, and through the Ridgeview Estates, we're making we're making strides in that area. It is getting the new contracts in place for fire and EMS in the surrounding townships. We've started a Main Street and Janesville Avenue corridor revitalization effort last year. We need to flesh that out. It'll be a multi-year, phased-in approach where we, as we can get at certain projects, we can't do it all at once. It's going to take years to get there. But we had 2 work groups in the last year that were looking at both Main Street and the Janesville Avenue corridor. And we'll be the ideas that came out of that, we need to flesh out, start to put some dates and in place so that we can meet you know, the growing needs of our community downtown and the Janesville Avenue corridor. So I think from my perspective, we have really smart financial people on staff that come to us and have a really good grasp on that side of the equation for us. So it is fairly simple for us because staff brings to us realistic plans, and then you know we work together, 5 members of the council, to approve how we go forward with our spending, and then also to set up a capital improvement plan. We have a 5-year outlook to say, hey, we know we're going to have certain capital projects that we're going to need in the coming years. How do we get there? How do we carefully plan for that so you know we can affordably work all of the financial needs in that we have, and so. It's been easy for the council from my perspective because we have really realistic plans that are brought forward to us, and you know we operate in an environment where the levy limits and there's only so much long-term debt you can take on. We're very conservative in that, so we're in a good financial position to start with, and then we have just staff that comes forward with us with really realistic plans of how we can continue to service the community and deliver service. I think that's an easy one for me, in that the time I've had to work with staff, they have earned my trust. They are hardworking, qualified, um, dedicated, community-minded individuals. Um, and in our mini system of checks and balances, they know when department heads and the city manager brings stuff to us, they know that we'll ask questions. And for me, um, I've been confident that I get the answers, get very clear direction and answers to questions we ask. I would see myself as continuing to encourage efforts to move our city forward, not be afraid to test out some new things, but make sure that we do it responsibly and it fits within the budget constraints. At the end of 2 years from now, I hope that we have greatly grown opportunities for new housing in our city. I hope that we have the contracts in place that allow us to continue to provide strong police, fire, and EMS protections, and also to the surrounding townships. Um, I think that the effort to look at employee retention is going to be key for us. We have a number of. I'm very proud of our our municipal staff, and we need to make sure that we're helping take care of them and encourage them to stay with us and to continue to grow the community. So it's a lot of housing. Revitalization of Main Street and Janesville Avenue will be key. I hope that if some, I hope some people observe what goes on in the council chambers and they see um, how I conduct business along with my fellow colleagues, and see someone who does his homework ahead of time, comes prepared to discuss the issues, is open to opinions from others, seeks out opinions from people outside of the council chambers, comes with an informed opinion, not just of my own personal beliefs, but based in what I'm hearing from others that I'm talking with. I hope that they see that my past experience on the council, is a good fit moving forward. I've been a volunteer in our library. I've carried a pager with the fire department years ago, piloted a program. I've jumped on a fire truck or rescue truck, responded to 38 calls with them over the course of 2 months. I think that it has really grown my the knowledge of how we operate, not just as a council, but how our individual departments. I'm a user of our parks, our incredible parks offering, and so I hope all of those experiences kind of come out and make it's obvious that that I do my homework, that I come prepared, that I've got the background to continue to in this role for another 2 years. Well, I would say, I guess in closing, that our community and our municipal government has a lot going for it. Really proud of our park system, the Riverwalk, the Aquatic Center. We have a thriving library and senior center, a wonderful museum. We've got strong public safety protections. Uh, at the same time, we have room to grow in our business park. We're poised for more housing opportunities, and we're taking proactive steps to get there. I'd like to continue being part of that, keep a good thing going that we have here, and I hope for a strong turnout on April 1st.